How do we find what's real, true, and actual about ourselves outside of just the, like easy stuff, like, we have organs, we're reproductive human beings. Like, how do we find what's real within our character, within who we truly are?
I think that's a good question, right? I think one is learning and being open minded and not being fixed, right? There's, very common theme out there, growth mindset versus fixed mindset. Right? If you're fixed and you think you already know everything about a certain topic, well, then you're going to be closed off from learning. You're going to miss a lot of opportunities to learn somebody else's realness, right? And I think that's one of the key points for me is remember, like, what I think is real or what I believe is real about anything can always be changed through my experiences, through learning from others, through putting myself in new situations, right? And I think that's one of the places that we struggle is we hold on to our ideals and our past experiences so hard that we don't learn from what's currently around us, right? So you think about like your opinion and your experience could be 20 years old, but because you've held on to it so tightly and you're so unwilling to learn or hear somebody else's experience, that it cuts you short in your ability to learn. And maybe what is real to you now would be different than what was real to young Ollie. But we have to be willing to grow with that, right? So many times we put ego. I think a lot of times people get confused with like I'm being real with I'm living in my ego, right? My ego says that what I feel is better than what you feel. My ego says that my experience is so much harder or tougher or better than yours. So that could be real. It was real to me at one time. But if I get out of ego and I think like, okay, this is what I experienced. Like this is the situation I had. This is how I felt. This is what I experienced. All they tell me yours. And you tell me your experience. Now if I get to a point where I'm willing to learn, I have the ability to merge my experience with yours and come out with a whole new real view of something. Right? And I think that's where we get confused. A lot of times people think like, oh, I'm being real. No, sometimes you're being an asshole and you're just not listening.